The character of Joseph, Genesis 37, 1 through 50 and 26. Introduction. 1. When we think of the patriarchs, the following likely come to mind. A. Abraham, a man of faith. B. Isaac, son of promise. C. Jacob, father of the 12 tribes of Israel. 2. Yet consider this about the patriarch Joseph. A. More space in Genesis is devoted to him than the others. B. There is not a single word of reproof against Joseph. 3. Indeed, the character of Joseph is worthy of careful study. A. His nobility of character, his purity of heart and life. B. His magnanimity as ruler and brother make him, more than any other of the Old Testament characters, an illustration of that type of man which Christ was to give to the world in perfection. Let's review the life of Joseph and be reminded of the wonderful character displayed by this man of God. We begin with Joseph as a son in Canaan. A. Hated by his brothers. 1. Telling on his brothers didn't help. Genesis 37:2. 2. Favoritism by his father certainly hurt. Genesis 37:3 and 4. 3. His dreams made it worse. Genesis 37:5 through 11. 4. They eventually sold him as a slave. Genesis 37:12 through 36. A. Spared initially by Reuben, who intended to free him. Genesis 37:21 and 22. B. Spared death by Judah, who suggested slavery instead. Genesis 37:26 and 27. B. Faithful to his father. 1. Some children rebel against their parents to win approval from their siblings. 2. Joseph remained faithful to his father, willing to obey his wishes. Genesis 37:13. One might think such ill treatment, followed by separation from country and kin, would produce bitterness and hopelessness in such a young man. Yet the character of Joseph really shines as we consider Joseph as a slave in Egypt. A. Overseer in Potiphar's house. 1. Blessed by God, Joseph found favor in Potiphar's eyes. Genesis 39:1 through 6. A. Though a young man, he proved industrious and trustworthy. B. He made the best of the situation, and God blessed him and Potiphar. 2. Handsome in appearance, Joseph was tempted by Potiphar's wife. Genesis 39:6b through 20. A. She tried time and time again to seduce him. B. He resisted out of faithfulness to Potiphar and God. Genesis 39:8 and 9. C. Her advances spurned, she spitefully accused him wrongfully. A. Angering her husband. 2. Resulting in his imprisonment. B. Overseer in Pharaoh's prison. 1. Blessed by God, Joseph is favored by the keeper of the prison. Genesis 39:21 through 23. A. Placed in charge of the other prisoners with complete trust. B. Prospered in his new role by God, who was with him. 2. Interpreter of dreams. Joseph is forgotten, then remembered. Genesis 40:1 through 41 and 36. A. He interprets the dreams of the butler and the baker. 1. Acknowledging God as the interpreter. Genesis 48. 2. The dreams are fulfilled, yet Joseph was forgotten. Genesis 40:20 through 23. B. He interprets the dream of Pharaoh. 1. Again acknowledging God as providing the answer. Genesis 41:16, 25, and 32. 2. Offering advice in regards to the dream's fulfillment. Genesis 41:33 through 36. Falsely accused, then forgotten by man, many might wonder, why bother to be righteous? But Joseph maintained his integrity and was not forgotten by God. Just as he found favor in the eyes of Potiphar and the keeper of the prison, so he enjoyed favor in the eyes of Pharaoh. Joseph as a prince in Egypt. A. Wise in his service to Pharaoh. 1. At the age of 30, Joseph is exalted to rule over Egypt. Genesis 41:38 through 46. 2. His wisdom manifested in his administration. A. Showing foresight during the years of plenty. Genesis 41:47 through 49. B. Showing shrewdness during the years of famine. Genesis 41:53 through 57 and 47:13 through 26. 3. Mindful of God's blessings. Genesis 41:50 through 52. B. Merciful in his treatment of his brethren. 1. Finally reunited with his brothers and father. Genesis 42:1 through 45 and 15. 2. Arranged for them to live in Goshen. Genesis 46:16 through 20, 28 through 34, and 47:1 through 12. 3. Reassured his brothers that he has forgiven them. A. When he first revealed himself to them. Genesis 45:4 through 8. B. When their father Jacob died. Genesis 50:15 through 21. C. Believing in the providence of God. 1. That God could make good things come out of evil intentions. Genesis 50:20. 2. That God would keep his promises made to his people. Genesis 50:24 through 25. Conclusion. In the life and story of Joseph, we see the value of character. A. Centered in faith and trust in God. B. Devoted to serving God and man with honor and dependability. C. Unwilling to be deterred by the hatred, betrayal, and forgetfulness of others. D. Willing to forgive the wrongs committed by others. E. Able to see the big picture, God's wonderful workings in the affairs of men. 2. This noble character can be useful in all the seasons of life. A. As a youth, tempted and tried with no help from family or friend. B. As a mature individual charged with important responsibilities. C. As an aged person knowing that death is imminent. May the character of Joseph serve to inspire us to develop our character as well, that in some small way we too can be an example to the believers in word, in conduct, in love, in spirit, in faith, in purity. 1 Timothy 4:12. Certainly this is the case with the patriarch Joseph.